Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Jennifer's Body. And this movie came out in 2009 and it's directed by Kairin Kazuma. Probably mispronounced that as I usually do. And this movie stars Megan Fox, Amanda Seyfried, I always try, Adam Brody, and J.K. Simmons was in it too. And I was surprised to see him. And I know that this movie was written by the same person who did Lisa Frankenstein, and this movie is pretty famous for having somewhat of a cult following because it wasn't very successful when it came out, and people didn't really like it. But over time, people started to like it, and now I finally got around to seeing it. And personally, I thought this movie was all right. I didn't fully connect with it. There were things that I liked for sure, but overall, I think it's because I watched Lisa Frankenstein first that I just connected with this one much better. And also, speaking of Lisa Frankenstein, apparently this is a sequel to Jennifer's Body. Not because it has reoccurring characters in it, or really a big obvious tie-in from what I can remember, but rather supposedly it's just taking place in this same universe as this movie. So in a sense, that's kind of cool, but if there was a very specific connection that I was supposed to pick up on, like a little Easter egg or something, then I forgot or maybe missed it, or I don't know what's going on with me or anything. I'm just doing my best trying to explain everything so everything is clear and not confusing at all. But going into the actual movie, Jennifer's Body, there were some cool looking shots, and I did like how things were presented visually at points, although not throughout the entire film. I did feel as though it was a little bit inconsistent when it came to the visual presentation. Sometimes it looked pretty good, sometimes it looked just fine. And the acting I thought was good. I thought everyone was well cast, including Megan Fox. And while I don't think this is like an amazing performance from her, at the very least I can say she was appropriate for the role. Like, she's well cast, I can say that much about her. And the movie wasn't boring to me because it was staying consistently entertaining and it was well paced, but also it was kind of partially frustrating at times, which I'll get into more later. And there were a couple of comedic moments that I did like, although most of it either probably went over my head or just didn't hit for me in the way that the movie was intending on it being, and I just didn't really find it to be funny. It was like, okay, that happened. And I did like some of the characters, although most of them I don't really care about, which I guess to some extent is kind of the point. You're not really supposed to care about a lot of these characters, and because of that, the movie's like, okay, let's just have fun with this, and like kill certain characters in very gory ways, and it's kind of over the top, and just the over the top nature of that is supposed to be what's funny about it, and like just certain things being like a little different from what you're expecting, I guess is also part of it, and I get that about the movie. And I liked when something is different, although it doesn't stand as a principle. Something being different means that something is good. I don't think that's a principle for myself. It's just that I can mention it and kind of appreciate it for being different, but that's about it. I really did not like the music choices in this movie at all. I just found them to be clashing with the tone of the film. And in terms of the way things were shot, while I didn't really hate it, and like I said, there were some cool shots in this movie, from memory, I just feel as though Lisa Frankenstein just did what this movie was trying to do, but just better. Like when it came to shot composition, the comedy, and just the overall presentation of how things happened in that movie, I felt was just done better in Lisa Frankenstein. And this just felt like a worse version of that. And while I don't feel as though this movie was a complete waste, I didn't hate it. I didn't regret watching it. I just felt as though there was a lot that was missing from this film where it just could have been improved a lot more. Like, the action wasn't particularly exciting for me. There were some weird parts sprinkled throughout the movie that I just didn't understand why they were done in the way that they were. I was just confused at parts, and there was way too much slow motion in this movie to where it got kind of annoying to me. And if it was just done in normal time without slowing anything down, I do feel as though that would have been a beneficial choice to this film, because that would have shaved off some of the runtime. And also, I wanted to mention this much. I did not watch the unrated cut. I watched the normal R-rated version, not the unrated, which I don't know what the differences are. I kind of would have liked to have seen that, but unfortunately, I was watching it on Amazon Prime, and if I wanted to watch that, I would have to buy it and not just rent it. So that's why I decided against that. Who knows, maybe my experience would have been improved if I had watched that, but as is, this is what we get. And I also didn't really just care much about what was going on story-wise. Like, I was perfectly fine with certain elements, but what was really lacking for me is just the overall presentation of things. And overall, I do feel as though this movie has lots of good ideas in here, and I like what it's going for. But let me put it to you this way. This movie, to me, comes across as something that has all of the right ingredients there, but it just wasn't cooked properly for me, and as a result, it's a film that didn't fully work for me, which is kind of sad. And I just wish that this movie was just given to someone with a bit more personality, or just had a much stronger vision in terms of these types of things. Because there are parts of this movie that feel almost like amateurish, and it's made the movie feel kind of dated at certain parts, which I really didn't care for. And that's about all I have to say about Jennifer's Body. It's a mixed bag for me. Things I liked, things I didn't like. Overall, it was just fine. If I want to watch something with this concept, I'll just watch Lisa Frankenstein, because I feel as though that's just an improved version of what this movie was going for. I just really like that movie, so. Would I recommend this movie? It's not a terrible experience to watch it, but I just didn't feel as though it was incredible. I was just left kind of underwhelmed, so. With all that being said, I'm going to give Jennifer's Body a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Jennifer's Body, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for High Noon. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.